Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for December 12th through the 19th. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now we do have a full moon coming up in Gemini on the 19th. So we're going to connect here and see what messages are coming up for the Scorpio collective and how the end... Ow! I'm sorry guys. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Oh. I'm sorry guys, I've rescued a very large dog and he is very attached to me. He just kind of jumped up on me there, so please excuse the background noise. I do have company. But we're going to connect and see what messages are coming up for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and see how this full moon in Gemini energy coming up towards the end of the week might be affecting Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign, so Scorpio is pretty much really affected by moon energy and feels like very sensitive to moon energy. So you might be feeling it even before the 19th, like as we're coming closer to it. The first card coming up here for Scorpio is the King of Cups. This could be you embracing the masculine aspect of your water sign energy as a water sign. This could be another water sign person, another fellow Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces. I know a lot of people are used to watching love and romance readings, and so King of Cups kind of gets typecast as like husband or spouse, and that can be the case for some of you. Some of you may be manifesting a marriage mate, or you may be focusing on your role as a husband, or you may be calling in or manifesting a husband, or manifesting stepping into husband energy. That can be the case for some of you, but outside of that, outside of love and romance, the characteristics and the qualities of the King of Cups is going to be somebody very successful, emotionally available, but also the kind of person who's not going to be anybody's fool. And so as we're coming into the full moon energy, the full moon in Gemini, Scorpio, some of you may be exploring that, like ways in which you've been generous, but not like wanting to be taken advantage of anymore. I sometimes describe the King of Cups as like the kind of parent where your kid might be like, please let me borrow the car this weekend. Okay, fine, but here's a list of chores that you got to do around the house, and you're going to have to make sure that you wash the car and have it clean and use your own money for gas. I'm not going to give you gas money. You have to return it with, like the gas that was in it. You have to have it clean, and you have to, get a good grade on your test this week. Like there's I shouldn't say expectations, but requirements. And so if you're a Scorpio that your loyalty has been getting taken advantage of, you're in a place now where people are having to earn that loyalty or earn that spot in your life. I feel like some of you have had a very, very big circle of friends, and you're thinning out that circle of friends. Who gets to stay? Who's actually contributing? Who's treating me and speaking to me with the respect that I deserve? I feel there's a sense of respect here, a sense of like, not like what's in it for me, but that fair exchange, right? You don't just get to have all of the benefits and none of the responsibility. I feel some of you have been in a situationship, a friends with benefits kind of situation, and you're like, nope, you don't get to have all the goodies without the commitment. You don't get to have all the goodies without the obligation, the responsibility. So I just feel like some of you are drawing a line in this way. I do feel that some of you Scorpios maybe have been struggling with your masculine energy. So whether you are a female Scorpio and you feel like you tend to be on the masculine side and you've been uncomfortable with that, you're beginning to embrace it. That, hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with me being a little bit more masculine in my feminine body. Or if you are a male Scorpio, you may be kind of trying to figure out what you view as masculine, like what it is to be a man. You may be kind of re-examining that or visiting that and trying to figure that out. The next card that's coming up here for Scorpio is the Judgment card. Who else got the Judgment card? Libra did. Libra was having to make a big decision. And I think a couple of other signs did also. Maybe Leo may have been one of them. I can't remember them all now. I don't tend to remember the readings. I just say what I'm hearing, and I don't get to hold on to them in my memory. But this is a major arcana card. So anytime the major arcana cards are coming up, we're coming into a new chapter, a significant crossroads. This is something directly connected to what we came here to learn, accomplish, succeed at. So our angels and guides are always with us during these types of transitions, and we can always call on them for help. There is going to be a really big decision to make here for some of you, and I feel for some of you it's about, this is really weird, Scorpio. I feel like for a lot of you, you're finding yourself in a situation about whether or not you're going to sting somebody. Maybe as you're coming into your generosity and your loyalty and seeing who deserves it and who doesn't, you might realize something. Not like a truth is being revealed to you. It was always there, but you're putting together the pieces of the puzzle in your head. And you're like, why didn't I see this before? Right? It's clear as day. And so some of you might be wanting to confront a person in your life, and you may be in a place where you're like, oh my gosh, like you may even have the power to destroy this person on some level, in terms of their reputation, in terms of their career, in terms of their position in the family, whatever it might be. But you might have the ability to really cause some really big problems for this person. And just between, all of you and me, you might be very entitled. You might be in your rights. Like this person may have done something really unacceptable or really slimy. And it may have been against you, right? And you may be justified in letting them have it. And you're having to make this big decision as far as like, what do I do? Do I let them have it? Do I sting them? Or am I going to be merciful? You're trying to figure out like if you're going to be merciful or if you're going to just, destroy this person. I feel for other ones of you, there's a decision here that you're having to make where somebody might be sharing information with you and you're like, do I hand them over? Do I hand them over or not? Somebody might be confessing to you that they've done something very wrong. Like very, very wrong, right? And honestly, if anybody's going to confess that kind of thing, it's probably going to be to a Scorpio, right? Because Scorpios do tend to have a dark side, and Scorpios are known to be very ride or die. And so somebody might be confessing something to you completely and totally 100% like Scorpio has my back. Scorpio is my friend. Scorpio is my partner. Scorpio is my buddy. Scorpio is ride or die. I can't hold this secret in anymore. I have to tell somebody, and the safest person for me to tell is Scorpio, because Scorpio will understand and they'll keep this secret for me. And some of you are like, whoa, I know I'm ride or die, but this is a whole ethical dilemma here. This is a whole moral dilemma. Like, now that I know about this and I'm holding on to it, keeping it a secret, then I am guilty as well. I'm a part of this too. And so some of you might be having to make the decision about handing someone over. Maybe somebody is hiding from the authorities and they did something where they really hurt people. They did something really, really hurtful or very dangerous. And they're like, please, Scorpio, let me stay with you. And you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that, right? Or maybe some of you are like, sure, yeah, come on over. And then you're like, hello, police, so-and-so is going to be at my house on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Some of you might do that, I don't know. But I don't know why that's such a dramatic message. And I've never, ever gotten that feeling from the Judgment card ever before. But some of you Scorpios are going to find yourself in a situation where you feel like you might have to hand somebody over. Like you're not going to cover up for them. For other ones of you, it could be in more minor situations. Maybe you have a coworker that's like, clocking in and leaving and wanting you to help them and say, hey, can you please, punch my card for me? And you might say, nope, I'm not going to do that. It could be something a little less dramatic for some of you. Maybe a friend of yours is having an affair on their partner, and they're like, oh, Scorpio, do me a favor. I told my wife or I told my husband that I'm going to be with you on Friday, but I'm going to go out with, Billy or Janet or whoever, right? And you might be like, no, I'm not going to cover for you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get involved in this situation. And maybe you might decide, should I tell this person? Because their spouse is also my friend. How would I feel about the situation? How would I feel if my partner was cheating on me and my friend's spouse knew about it and they didn't tell me, So you might wonder, like, what is the right way to pursue this? How do I want to deal with this kind of situation? But I feel, Scorpio, like people are coming to you and wanting you to hold something or help them with something that you're like, no, I don't want to get my hands dirty. The next card that's coming up here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising is the Chariot. Now, these are major arcana cards coming in back to back. When major arcana cards come in back to back, that tells me really big changes in a very short period of time. And we are talking about the full moon energy. I will say this, some of you might be dealing with a Cancer. There might be a Cancer in the mix. If you have a Cancer placement, there can be big changes or big shifts happening for you in that area or those houses of your life. Now, that being said, we have Cancer, which is the element of water. We have the King of Cups, which is the element of water. And we're talking about the full moon energy and what we are releasing or how the energy is affecting us. So I feel like Scorpio is going to be in your feelings. You're going to be in your feelings and trying to decide, because the Chariot card is a card of decisiveness. Some of you have heard me say this before, that this is a time of making a decision. And it always makes me think of the quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, when Ralph Waldo Emerson said, once we make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. And there's a sense of decisiveness. You're like, okay, angels, okay, guides, tell me what to do. Show me which door to open. Please open the door you want me to walk through. And your angels and guides are like, honey, this is a free will decision. We don't have the right to intervene in this situation. We don't have the right to make the decision for you, but we're here to help you in the decision that you make. So once you pick the door, we're more than happy to open that door, but we can't pick the door. So I feel like what's happening in this full moon energy for Scorpio is you're tapping into your feelings, you're tapping into your emotions to really figure out what do you want and how do you feel safe. Because there's an element of the Chariot card that has to do with safety. One of the key words for the Chariot in a lot of the tarot literature or tarot teaching materials is sanctuary city. Because back in the day, there were cities that you could run to if people were giving you a hard time or had a beef with you or you were in trouble with the law. There were certain cities that you could go to and nobody could touch you. They'd have to leave you alone. It was like a safe place. And so some of you are trying to decide, like, how do I feel safe? How do I feel secure? And what do I want in my life? Who do I want around me? Where do I want to be? Where do I want to live? Do I want to be single? Do I want to be married? And so you're checking in with your feelings. You're going into your intuition. Scorpios, we are very intuitive, right? And Scorpios are going to be very able to be connected with what they're feeling. Sometimes a Scorpio doesn't know what they think. They don't know what they think about a situation, but they sure as heck know how they feel. And so in this full moon energy, you're tapping into those feelings and those emotions to guide you. Not in the sense that you're making an emotional decision, but in the sense that you're doing what feels right. This is what is referred to as clairsentient. Okay, clairsentient is a form of psychic ability that has to do with feeling. You just feel. Sometimes you guys hear me say, I feel like what this card is telling me. When I say I feel like this is what this card is telling me, it doesn't mean I'm not sure about it. It means that I'm feeling that feeling from the card. The card is giving me this feeling. This card is giving me this vibe. I'm getting this this sense. This is what I'm sensing, right? And so you're making your decision based on instinct, really, but you're tapping into your instinct through your emotion. The next card that's coming up for Scorpio is the Six of Pentacles. And this is flowing energy. This is being in the flow. Generosity. Some of you may receive like a generosity or a gift. Some of you are coming into financial flow where you're coming out of the feast or famine energy. You're coming into consistent inflow and outflow in terms of finances. Getting out of debt, you know, things of that nature, and deciding who you're being generous with, who is getting your time, who is getting your energy, who you're blessing with the gifts that are coming in for you. You may want to check out your moon, sun, and rising sign videos. Some weeks are going to resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you if you go to calendly.com. The love readings for December are linked in the description. I've started the 2022 12-month forecasts. The ones I've done are linked in the description as well. I'm going to keep adding to that playlist as I finish. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll have all zodiac signs done for 2022 forecasts. I am offering private 12-month forecasts on Calendly, as well as my other, offered readings that I usually offer. Those are available now. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.